everyone. This is Greg Manson, the VP of Advisory Services at Tego. We are excited to be recording this session from RTP Frontier because we are doing the CMMC Frontier discussion with one of the few RPAs in the world, Tyler Booker. Tyler, please introduce yourself and go on and expand into what exactly an RPA is.
So my name is Tyler Booker. I'm the Director of Advisory Services at Tego. I've been working with organizations that have some sort of compliance in the DoD space, whether it be ITAR or now working towards CMMC for about 5 years. I am an RPA, as you mentioned. What an RPA is it's a Registered Practitioner Advanced. That just means that I have gone through the training that the Cyber AB provides in a more advanced way, and I also have more experience on the implementation side of NIST 800-171, which gives me a little more experience working in that field.
You've worked with OSCs on pre-assessment. Before we get into that, I want to talk about the concept of what RPO does versus what the C3PAO does. And we use the term CMMC implementation. Can you just spend a few minutes telling us about what implementation actually is and where the amount of work is in implementation versus the actual certification? And maybe make reference to the journey graphic that we have behind us.
Yeah, so I guess before we talk about implementation, it's important to understand that there are two camps of professionals in the CMMC world authorized by Cyber AB. You've got the assessor teams and the implementation teams, which is the side that I work primarily on.
And Tego as
Yes.
a registered practitioner organization.
Correct. Assessors are really responsible for just assessing the organizations and issuing those certifications as a part of a C3PAO organization. So they're strictly on the assessment side. They're reviewing the controls, reviewing implementations from the OSCs. And then you've got the implementation side, which is the registered practitioners, the RPO organizations. So it's a double meaning there. And then the RPAs. So what implementation means is we work with the organization seeking certification to, one, do pre-assessments to see how much of NIST 800-171 they've already implemented. And for any gaps, we help to establish, as you can see in the middle of the chart here, establish plans of action and milestones. That involves making sure you've got the appropriate budgets, appropriate timelines for implementation, and the right technologies or procedures developed so that when you do implement, they're effective in addressing what the requirements of the practices of 800-171 are. That whole process, from engagement with the RPO and the OSC can take, quite a while. We reference on this chart, it can be up to 12 months for full implementation after the assessment's done, but there's a lot of nuances in that, like determining the appropriate scope for CUI in the environment, which is a critical piece to make sure you're actually assessing properly. But overall, you're looking at anywhere from half a year to a year just for implementation of all the control requirements, not even the assessment itself.